We welcome the bikes, boats, and bivouacs. We're going to check out the Niagara Falls KOA in Ontario, Canada. Here is the registration office and store. And you see they got a lane to stop while you got checked in. And then you get a code for the gate to go in and out of the gate. And you can see it is gated. Got pretty good security. On Berry Road, these are pull-through sites, and then in between them they have the back-to-back sites. We've made it to our site. We are in site 104. And we are at the Niagara Falls KOA in Canada. So it's a end site. You can see there's a little alleyway along the side. Have the awning out because it was raining. Got a flag out. There's a fire pit here. And I got the picnic table there. And I have the mat out because of the rain. The site is not very deep. So you can see the neighbors. You know, we go back to back right here. So there's not a lot of room in between there. But the site's going to work. It's right near the falls, Niagara Falls, so you know it's doing what it's doing. I did angle the truck. I can get it in here without it being angled. Bathroom and shower house right across the street. Here's the bathroom. Sinks. More sinks. Stack of urinals. Here's what's interesting. A bathtub. Handicap rails. And then you also have a shower. It has a curtain. There's a bench and a lockable door and hooks. And then a whole bank of toilets. The bathrooms are clean. They're cleaned every day from 12:30 to 2. And they really look nice. You can see there's the Hoffmans. Stopped at the border. As far as services on this side, we got water, cable, electric. You can see it's 50, 30, or 20. And then we do have sewer. I didn't hook that up yet. I did put my scissor jacks in there to hold that up. Got the cable there. Got all the stabilizers down. So that is the site. It fits. And there's Mr. Tim. He got stopped at the border, but they finally let him through. So he led the way all the way up here. So that is our site at the KOA, Niagara Falls, on the Canada side. This is camping trip number 5 for Phoebe J. The camping Cocker Spaniel, now an international camping Cocker Spaniel since she's in Canada.
Look at the camera.
Phoebe J.
Say hi. Say hi.
Do have a bounce pillow you can play on. Looks a little muddy right now. We just had some torrential rains today. And then the wagon rides. There is the playground. They got a nice playground here. Lots to do. And that's good. There's Mr. Tim on his bike. The road, most of the roads are paved. They have a lot of camping cabins at multiple locations in different styles and types. So we did notice that. It's a nice sitting area. There's some fire pits. Here are the deluxe cabins that we have. And they do have 2 pools. They have this pool. That pool goes to 3 feet. And then we'll have a deeper pool that goes to 9 feet here. Now, in addition to the 2 outside pools, they have an indoor pool also. You can see this pool is adult swims, and it's from 8 to 8 p.m. Here's the patio, and it's also a pub cafe. They have some food. Check out the pub hours. They'll be open Wednesday 4 to 9. And if you're in a water and electric site, they do have a nice dump station here. Well maintained. Right behind the bathhouse. Okay, so we got some interesting things here. We have the cornhole. Everybody has a cornhole. And there's that. And we have ping pong table. A community fire pit. Some hanging hammocks. Basketball court. We got horseshoes. And we got ladder ball. And then there's a pavilion here. And notice another grouping of cabins in case you want that camping experience but don't have a camper. And so we got a sluice here. You can mine for gems. We do have an activity center right by the bike barn. You can see there is their list of activities. And then behind the jumping pillow, we see a mini golf course. So here is their mini golf. And then here's the pavilion, and the laundry room is right next to it. The laundry room has 4 washers and 4 dryers. And it looks like it's $2 to wash, $2 to dry, Canadian. And here you can see for the cabins that don't have kitchens, or tenters if they want to use it, they have a camping kitchen. And they have sinks to wash things up. And cooking has to be on the grills, so you have a grill here. Next to each picnic table is a grill to cook on, and then they have electric and a sink, right? So if you have an electric hot plate or you have a skillet, electric skillet, you can do that, but you're in the shade. Registration and the store. Got ice cream. Sodas. We'd like to give you our thoughts on the Niagara Falls KOA, Canada. So this was our first camping trip across the border. It made Phoebe an international camping Cocker Spaniel. So she now has worldwide fame since she has crossed the border. But why did we choose that KOA?
We went to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, and you can see Niagara Falls from the US, but you're peeking around the corner. If you go to Canada, you see the entire series of falls. So you see the American Falls, you see the Bridal Falls, and you see the Horseshoe Falls. It's in Canada. So you're directly across from them. So you get a much better view
Right.
on that side. So what do you think of the campground?
It was a really nice location, and the amenities were very nice as well.
Yeah, how many pools did they have?
I believe there was 3, and one of them was an indoor pool.
Yeah, so they had 2 outdoor pools. One was much shallower for kids, and then a deeper pool. And then they had an indoor pool that also had 2 hot tubs and a sauna. So they really had a lot of accommodations. So they had mini golf and jumping pillow, and they also had a camp kitchen. If you're tent camping or in one of the primitive cottages, you could make your meal and do your dishes in the camp kitchen. So that was nice to see. So the KOA was a great place. It was full hookups with cable. And like we said, it was an ideal spot if you want to see Niagara Falls and get a great perspective of it. But when we first got there, we were hungry. Where'd we eat?
There was this local attraction in the little town that we were in, and it was called the Flying Saucer.
Yeah, so it was a restaurant, kind of, shaped round, interesting on the inside, but the food was good.
Yeah,
And it was a long day of driving and setting up, so we were looking for a place that had like diner food, and that was a good place. Fish and chips were good there, so it worked out great. Okay, our first meal in Canada is going to be at the Flying Saucer. Here she is. We'll see how the food is. So we went down and we checked out the waterfalls, and then eventually we did a boat ride. I have to see if I can put that video out or not. There are some rules that both the United States Park Service has and the Canadian Park Service has on YouTubers. So I might not be able to do that full video. We'll have to see. But I'll put some video in right here so you can see what the falls look like. It's the US side, Canadian side. We're gonna go on the dock out here, take a boat out here. It's the American side, and that's the Canadian side over there where the horseshoe is. And then we also went up the Skyline Tower.
Yes.
What did you think of that?
I love being over 700 feet
In the air.
in the air, and the view was wonderful, even though we weren't sitting right at the glass
Yeah.
in the tower restaurant.
Yeah, and it rotates. So by the time you have your meal, you've done at least one full circle, and you get to see all of the Niagara Falls area and then also the American and Canadian side of the falls. And the food was great there. And Tim was able to get us a table even though we didn't have a reservation. So
he worked his magic.
yeah, so there was an arcade there, but I'll put some video into that right now. All right, and if you notice, we are doing this video inside the camper in the dinette. Why are we doing that, Marie?
It's been a rainy morning here. The first rainy day since we were away.
Yeah, so on this trip, this is really the first day, kind of raining outside there. So we're taping inside today in our mobile studio, the Jayco 224BH.
We made it work.
So there you go. So would you go back to that place?
The Niagara Falls Campground? Yeah. Of course. I love traveling and experiencing new campgrounds.
And you never know, the grandkids, we have 3, and they're very young, so they might, in a few years, you know, show an interest in coming up to check out the falls. And we did that drive in one day. So we could do that on a long weekend.
It was over 9 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was we left at what, 8 o'clock, and I think we got there by 5.
So more than,
yeah. So not too bad, but we could do that drive and do a long weekend, like a Thursday through a Monday to a Tuesday morning or something like that. Hey, look, if this video helped you, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free. It helps us out a lot. Also, ring that bell and you'll be notified every time we put up a new video, and give the video a thumbs up. That helps it be seen by a wider audience. But more important than all that,
go have some fun out there.
hey, thanks for watching.